Hey, everybody, it's 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Therefore, it is Friday Focus. And I'm here waiting for y'all to join. Anyway, um, it's Friday Focus, and today's topic is certainty. Certainty. So many of us just crave certainty. We don't want to know that everything's going to work out. We want to know that if we do something in a new direction or we try something that has a risk that it's going to work out. We want to know if we enter this relationship with this really cool person that we've met, if it's going to be, true love forever. Like we want certainty. And yes, we do, says the Facebook user. Hello. Hey, and everyone, hey, as you join, say hi to me and tell me where you're listening in from or watching from. Um, so certainty, I notice in my coaching practice that it stops people. Like it stops people from trying things because they want a certain outcome. And then it works the other way too, that you want certainty to tell you that, hey, Rob, you want certainty to tell you that it's going to work out, and you want certainty about if you're doing the right thing. So it stops people from taking action, and it stops you from even considering other things. So let's talk about certainty. It's BS, people. Like there's no such thing as certainty. Hi, Sandy from Tom's River. There's no such thing as certainty. Like, I'm certain that I'm here talking to you on the live, but I think I'm going to make it all the way through the 6 minutes, but God forbid the roof could cave in, right? We've had tornadoes in New Jersey, right? So let's just get certainty out of the way. We want certainty, but the truth is nothing is certain. Nothing is a given. Nothing is guaranteed. I could walk out the door and get hit by a car, right? So let's just throw the certainty thing out the window, especially if it's stopping you. And what is also an interesting human phenomenon is that when it stops us from living, that's right, Renee. So it also is interesting that we as humans will champion certainty that something won't work out. Okay, so we don't champion that, hey, this new possibility could work out. We champion all the ways that it can go wrong, or all the ways our resume says we're not qualified for something, so I should try, or all the ways we think we're stupid or whatever. So we are so certain of the negative things, but we're not certain about the positive things. So look at that. Look at that. That is such a messed up way of thinking. But I know that we think we're certain about certain outcomes because of things we've seen before, but we really have to be in each moment to measure how we feel about it. Okay, so certainty is wrapped up in anxiety, certainty is wrapped up in fear of risk, but it's also wrapped up in a feeling, right? So do you want to feel anxious and terrified, or do you want to feel like, oh, this is right? Now, even if it's right, it could be a mistake, but hang here with me, okay? So when we're looking for certainty, first of all, let's champion the possibility that things can work out instead of championing like how sure you are it can't work out. Now, let me tell you a couple of stories to bring this to light. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story about me. So I've been investing a lot in my business, and it's going the way I wanted to, but I have made mistakes along the way, right? So I spent a lot of money to have a couple of coaching sessions with a famous coach who was attractive for me to work with. And lo and behold, that was a mistake. There was no value, no return on investment on that investment. And then I went and invested 3 times that amount somewhere else. And it's absolutely changed my life, and it's changed my business. And you're seeing it in all the things that I'm doing, folks. So I bring that up because I was so certain, right, that I had to take that first opportunity. And the thing about those kind of actions, when you're certain about something and you act on it and then it was a mistake, we've got to look at it more as a lesson, right? So what did it teach me? It taught me to not be seduced by celebrity, which I've learned this lesson over and over, but I forgot this time. Okay. So, and I'm saying that to you. Don't be seduced. Make sure that there's meat and substance. And the thing that we're being called on to do here is to be resilient, right? So when you're looking for certainty and you do take action and you were wrong, then how quickly can you bounce back and say, okay, lesson learned, got to go. Let's see. Somebody had something to say here. This is perfect for me right now. I will have to hear the rerun. My client just arrived. Okay, good. All right. So, folks, chime in about this because I'll stay on if you have things you want to say. And I want to tell you another story of certainty. And I've told this story before if you watch the Friday Focus, but I have an update from my client. Okay. So, I told you weeks back about a client who had pinged someone on LinkedIn as she was doing her networking, trying to figure out what was her next position, and the person didn't write back. And it was 2 weeks, and she was certain that this person was blowing her off. And lo and behold, we were literally on the Zoom together when that person answered her on LinkedIn. So we had a good laugh about that. Now, the rest of the story is see how certain she was that this was a negative thing happening. She was also certain of what direction she needed to go in, even though her resume did not reflect a background in where she was headed. And she just let me know this week that she signed a contract in her new industry. And so at the same time, sometimes we can't listen to our certainty. So how do you feel it? How do you feel the difference? If it feels anxious and terrible, then look at the anxiety and the terrible. If it doesn't feel good because you're anxious about it, it doesn't mean that, you shouldn't act on it, but pull apart that anxiety. When you have something that does feel right, even if it ends up being a mistake, it's still right because you learned from the mistake and you bounced back and you're able to take that next step, be even better, like the story I told you about me. So, certainty, there is none. There is none. So look for championing possibility over all the ways you're certain that nothing can work out. That's my message for this Friday morning. And as you see scrolling underneath me, not on Instagram. Instagram, you guys have to go to my link in my bio. But I'm playing the next thing I'm doing. And I'm still sticking with my Now What coaching, don't worry. But I'm turning my attention to coaches because I'm pissed that 82% of trained coaches do not make a living at what we do. So if you're a coach, you want to check out the alistcoach.com/headliner for a free masterclass coming up September 20th. Come play with me. So any last words, anybody? Awesome. Thank you. I love that you said that. Fabulous. 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 All right. So Instagram, you guys are waving, which is awesome. What if you want to become a coach? You can come to the free masterclass. This is a bit advanced, but come check it out. All right. All right, everybody. Look, I love this. So I keep showing up whether you're here or not, because I know you'll see them later. Thanks for being here next Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be here. Be there too. Ciao.